Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, welcome to my world. I am on all the other channels and you cannot get rid of me. I'm like a bad habit, baby. And you're just chafing right now saying, honey, I can't, every channel I change to, that man with the gray streak is on every channel. That son of a bitch, he's on all the channels, goddammit. We'll just call up the damn cable company and get his ass off. No, but it's a blessing because I'm strumming my punani over him. He's such adorable. Yeah, and what about that other guy next to him too? What about him? He's full of crap also. Yeah, well, he adds to the mix, but I'm more focused upon that man with the white streak in his hair. He's such a beautiful specimen. Well as you should. And what you need to do is get Bubba out of the damn bed and tell him go fetch. And then all you gotta do is call the hotline, and you get a hold of Gigi and friend Kay Lazar.
All right, when do we start the show?
I think we already started.
Oh, I thought this was a rehearsal. I'm sorry.
Okay, whoa, Nelly.
We're good. Okay.
No spirits moving these cameras.
Are you sure to keep this place cold, don't you?
Is it cold? I don't know. It's like an igloo, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So tonight's show. I don't know. What are the sponsors tonight? We have tonight's sponsor is 3 men and a poon. Okay. If ladies, if the first guy can't do it for you, maybe the second guy can. Mm-hmm. And if the second guy can't do it, maybe the third guy can. But ladies, three guys in a poon, kick them out, because right here, I can do it for you. I can make your poon very poonlicious.
Haven't changed, George.
No, that's right. Why should I?
Yes.
Now, you look taller than me.
No, I'm just sitting. I'm sitting in a high chair.
You're using a high chair. And
the same one I've had all my life.
Where's your bib?
It's the booster. It's the booster chair when I got my haircut.
Garcon, give the child a bib, please.
Well, actually, we're doing all right, but
okay.
Yeah, it's no big deal.
Okay.
It's good to be. I'm not used to being head and shoulders, but you look like you have a Pentecost on your head.
Well, you know what?
Want me to turn it off?
That's the spirit. No. Keep that spirit there. That spirit is watching over us.
Okay.
That spirit is watching over us.
Good.
And pretty soon we will be doing poltergeists, or we'll be doing some kind of spirit. You know, we'll be doing playing with the board there. You know, moving tables and connecting, talking to the dead, and doing all that good shit. That's going to be something that's going to be exciting. So, ladies,
just getting the chips
ladies
out.
and gentlemen, get ready for that. That's happening soon. It is August 2. August 2, and man, time goes by fast. We had a wonderful. Jicemas was very good.
Yes.
When you have lemons, what do? You make lemonade. So we had a few lemons, and what I did was I made some lemonade. Mm-hmm. So we sang and did some karaoke, and excuse me, I just belched, by the way. Ladies and gentlemen, I just belched. I hope you enjoy that. That will, so next time when I do that, put your hand on the woofers so you can get a better feel and a better sound of me belching.
Yeah.
Okay, because when you belch, the world wants to belch with you, so that's what farting.
You know what Red Fox used to say? He used to eat beans backwards, so all he did was belch.
Elizabeth, I'm coming to join you, honey. I'm coming to join you. And I'm not getting the two mixed up. Oh, Elizabeth, I'm coming to join you, come in here. And yes, and of course, Lamont and Grady. I remember old Grady.
I used to love that show.
Well, like when the cops came and they had some marijuana parsley growing in the back, and they had the munchkins. Should have said, "You all have the munchkins?" And they all are going out there having some salad, put some. Oh, now this salad tastes good. What is this?
Talking about Sanford and so.
And so, yeah.
Oh, look! I wonder who's here.
Yeah, well, and this salad tastes really good, and so whatever the tasting is, it is really good.
Oh, come on in. We're doing a show. I know. Oh, look who you're both here.
Okay, so we didn't even know about. Look, I already gave. This to the Hare Krishnas. Already gave. All right, hey, yeah. So if you have the munchkins, and you want to eat and have the munchkins, you can chow down because it's parsley, but of course the marijuana, a little marijuana.
This is a smoking. This is. A
All right, so look at the cat just running there. What's up? Okay, no, the cat just running. So did you all get
Thanks
lost?
for having me.
Well, did you all get lost or what?
No, we just had a couple distractions. I had
Okay.
to buy the banana split tasty cake.
Okay. So that being said, well, so I mean, it's like that song, Sister Susie, dun dun dun, Martin Luther, let him in. Okay, anyway, that's McCartney and Wings. All right, so anyway, what we're doing right now is
Gosh, it's a real party.
rhapsodizing. And
When the girls
tantalizing.
getting here?
That's what I want to know. We need it.
There's a bunch of men. It's like Fox News.
No,
here.
that is, and it's about time for that to happen. But baby, when you're watching me on screen, you want to put me on still pause because you're really feeling an extra leakage, baby, in your panties. Woo! Now, listen, Kevin. So we're going to brainstorm. We have a lot going on here. Why don't you tell us what we are going to be doing very, very soon?
Making our own movie,
Hard.
and hopefully, once we finish it, we haven't started it yet.
Yeah.
But we're going to be filming probably in the fall, and then probably by the end of the year, we will have it for free on YouTube. So anyone can see
We are going to do a movie. We might be doing 2 movies.
Might be doing
Hell, we might be doing 3 movies. And we'll tell you what the
series.
what the gist is here. He has his flick that he wants to do. I think is it
What's gonna happen?
Garden at Even or Eden?
What's going to happen
Okay.
is I'm going to direct a film, my idea, and we're going to film it, and we're going to use the same actors. I don't know which one will come first. George will have his movie and the same actors. I'll be in his movie. He'll be in my movie.
Right.
We're probably going to be playing the same parts, and we'll make crank out. So I think they did that with Superman and the Three Musketeers. They made 2 movies at once, and then just cut.
But I thought
Kill Bill too.
I thought you were going to do the Garden of Eden. The
Garden of Eden. We
You
can
think
do
we're
that.
gonna Okay.
We might.
And of course,
All I have to do is convince a naked woman to be in the film.
Well,
I have a hard
listen.
time convincing a naked woman to do anything, and that includes being naked.
Yeah, well, it's called hypnosis, baby. It's called hypnosis, baby. It's mind-centered.
Yeah.
Yes, master. I want you to play with me. Yes, master. I want you to feel my breast while I feel your breast. Yes, master. Yes. Now, I think more or less what we need to do, and what I'm going to do, more so I have my movie, where we're going to be doing a wedding. We're going to have everybody is going to get married. We're going to get a wedding. He's going to get married. I'm going to get married. But the kicker is, I will be getting married. He'll be the minister, and then he'll be getting married to his girl. I'll be the minister.
Oh, there you go.
So I had to
We'll go
twist it
to
up a
the,
little bit, you know.
yeah.
Yeah, and then we'll do that.
It's going to be
And-
like a remake of Sons of the Desert.
Right.
With Laurel and Hardy.
Yeah.
Which is a hilarious.
All right.
movie.
So Watt.
A homage. I should
Well,
say.
and what did you plan on doing, or what's your take going to be? You have something concocted?
You can come closer.
Yeah, I mean, the camera's not going
being
to
so
budge.
far away, yeah.
So you had something
First-
close. Oh, go ahead.
The first thing I want to do is light the cigarette.
Okay, well, yeah.
Well, take
well,
your cancer stick over here.
Yeah, well, then don't breathe in this direction because we're non-smokers. Okay? We're non-smokers, basbasically.
Okay.
We're not non-edibles, but
Yeah,
we're
no.
non-smokers.
Okay, but what is you? I can't even talk. What are you?
I'm trying to promote a GoFundMe.
Okay, GoFundMe. You do
What?
that. GoFundMe. Okay.
What? I've never seen a grown-up person responsible do a GoFundMe.
Listen. What about those koozies? What are the beer koozies? What do you call them?
Cozies.
Cozies.
Yeah, the
Or koozie.
Koozies.
Koozie is something else.
Okay, I think you need to work on that because that other prick is trying to take it. You need to work on that koozie. You need to no that koozie is a beer koozie, right?
Yeah, or an iPad.
iPad. Okay. I'm thinking about having like a rubber koozie. Just in case when we're having sex, and it was ready time to pull out. But you have some protection down there. If you
Yeah.
don't have a condom, you have a koozie to protect the center glow.
You're like, where's my T-shirt?
Yeah, you protect the head of it,
Oh, it's
basically.
on.
All right, so that is what we're doing. Also, we have a website. Can't even talk.
I
about
want to hear more. What's Watt doing? I didn't
Wait,
know what he
well,
was
that's
doing.
right.
Oh, it's some GoFundMe for a dog. You know,
For a dog.
It's got a bulbous.
Well, don't you?
That's not nice to say about women, especially your girlfriend.
Well, it's a husky. It's a husky.
A
one.
dog? Oh, a real dog. I
Yeah.
thought you were talking about your
Well, I thought
ugly
that,
woman.
I thought that basically that you
course.
were that something that you wanted to do with William Shatner in Star Trek. Spock, is there something going on in Uranus? Captain, that's highly illogical, Captain. Highly illogical.
No, this dog's neutered.
Captain, I'm giving her all she's gonna blow. Scotty, that is a good thing.
Oh my!
And then oh yeah. What's that? Sulu.
The woman on that show, the black woman.
Yeah, she died.
She bought
Nicholas.
the farm.
She died.
Nichelle Nichols.
Nichelle, not Michelle, but Nichelle.
Nichelle. And
Nichelle Nichols passed away this morning, and Bill Russell, the center of the Boston Celtics.
that's right.
Bill Russell, the center
Former
of the Boston
coach,
Celtics.
former
Yes, so he
sports
passed away
announcer.
and whatnot. Tell you what, time keeps on slipping, but you have to keep it together. You have to eat your Wheaties, and I keep getting richer, but I can't get my picture on the cover of the Rolling Stone. That's what I'm trying to do.
Oh yeah.
And if I get my picture on the cover of the Rolling Stone, I'll be doing good. Get about 5,000 copies, for my mommy, or whatever the words to that song is. Hey, so we're doing those things. So 3 movies.
Can I be in Watts movie?
What?
Which one?
Any of them. I will be in movies. I'm like what's his name? Samuel Jackson. I'm in every movie.
Okay. So he was in the movie. He was also in a movie here not too long ago. It was a couple of weeks ago. My birthday week.
What?
Birthday week. You
Turn
were in
the
a movie.
music off. We're doing a show.
Yeah. We need a. Yeah.
I'm doing the cover of the Rolling Stone.
Oh, yeah, well, that's
okay.
very
Cover all
nice.
the-
Long for me.
Okay, that's
Oh,
okay.
good. Thanks for getting us silenced on YouTube.
But seriously,
George, can I smoke here?
do it in your
One
own.
cigarette?
Do it in your own pew, though. Okay. That's right there, but just make sure it doesn't pass around. Just do it in your own pew.
Oh, you're on.
Every time
you.
I'm in your house and someone's smoking, I feel like I'm in Pittsburgh.
What do you think about the red light? I mean, it's the red background back there. Isn't that nice? The red.
Yeah.
I mean, I've done a lot for this place. I just got this place,
like
making a nice red. In the back. It's kind of like stop.
You know what it reminds me of? You know what
Yeah.
You know what being inside something red like this is? Well, that white thing over there, think of that as the clitoris,
Yeah.
the G spot.
The G spot.
And I feel like engulfed in
And
something
that was
red.
the reason why we kept the light on. Bill Watt or Bill from the
Same
Motel
radio.
6 will still keep a light on for you. Well, you know what? That is the G spot. Thank you, Kevin, for telling me that. I would
I
have
feel
not
like
known
the
that.
inside of a giant.
Yeah, I mean, it's in,
A whale's vagina.
how many
Now I know how Pinocchio feels.
how many licks does it take to get inside an insane clit? How many licks, my friend, does it take to get inside an insane clit?
Depends on the size of your nose. Everyone knows.
So, that being said, also the Gorgeous George website. The Gorgeous George website. And what we're going to be doing, we'll feature the movies. We'll feature some of our old shows. And you know what we're going to be featuring the most on that website? What is causing all this in the book. And we will be promoting the hell out of that book. And it's yours for $29.99. It gives me such a rash to even say it to you. $29.99. What can you get for $29.99? Well, I don't know. Maybe
Hey.
you can get a nice dessert.
You can get a
maybe.
sore from a very sick girl.
Yeah, you get a cold sore. You get a couple of cold sores.
I resent that.
And you could get some other things too.
You talking about coleslaw?
Cold slaw or
I got
cold
one right here.
Oh, cold sore. Yes.
Coleslaw.
Maybe some pimples in your bung hole. Maybe get some preparation H to smooth out that bung hole of yours for any deterioration. If you didn't wipe the crap out really good, it does all of that for you. But $29.99, hell, call it $30. What is causing all of this? The book.
Yeah, why?
What is causing all of this? 292 pages. Chapter,
A penny a page.
31
No, $1.
31 chapters.
10 cents a page.
And an autograph from yours truly. Ladies, what else more could you ask for? Toyota, baby.
Yeah.
A hammock.
A week of dates with Gorgeous George.
Yes. More the merrier. I take all on. I take
Second prize is 2 weeks of dates.
I take on all comers to come. Please come and show me, and I'll show you a thing or two in the certain orifices. You know what I mean? Woo!
Now wait a minute. I got. I actually I thought there was already a Gorgeous George DVD site.
Yes.
Well, no, that site is not a no. You mean our page on
our
YouTube?
Oh, okay. That's
Our page on YouTube. Yeah, but anyways, we don't. We're that crap. We're trying. We will keen out because this man doesn't want to talk about all that crap. So that's cool. But we know they're out there, and I'll just say one thing. I am continuing this service. This man is continuing his service. I'm continuing my service. He's continuing his service. We're all continuing doing what we do best. And if you don't like it, do something about it. If you don't like this, do something about it because you ain't gonna do shit.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah, thank you. Well, thank you. I did serve. I appreciate it. I served and I used a top hat on. I made sure that when I put my head down there, it was capped really tight. Rubbers. Some of you out there, your daddy should have used
rubbers.
one. Your daddy should have used one. Okay.
Yes.
Definitely should
Now
have.
let me tell your book. Now, I understand this book was written in crayon. Is that
Well,
true?
the first rough draft was, but then we had to get serious and we had to do ballpoint ink pen.
There you go.
Okay, we had to get real serious and do that, and then we had to burn the midnight oil, and then tears were coming down because when some of the parts of my book were very emotional, and we actually streamed tears as ink to write it out. It was really good. It was a labor of love. It's almost like if I had a baby, because it took longer than 9 months, so it was still in there.
Yeah.
But but still, we could have had 2 babies out of it.
I actually Oprah used your book as part of her Oprah book club.
Did she?
And there wasn't a dry seat in the house.
Right. It wasn't that dry. Listen, I don't know. I think Stedman needs to take care of her better than what she went, because we wouldn't have that problem. Or maybe
You get some ink.
Maybe what Dr. Phil, Dr. Phil, she created try my fig nuding bars. This is Dr. Phil McGraw. You're crazy. You need to see a head shrink.
Yeah.
See a head shrink.
I would have brought some fig Newtons if
You want some fig
so
nudens?
much,
I
yeah.
have my own fig nudens that I created from my anal part.
Oh God.
Man, I was gonna get the chocolate on this.
Do you ever? I remember trying. What's weird about eating cookies like chocolate chip cookies or Oreos? You just scarf them down.
Yeah.
Fig Newtons. You can pretty much eat them all day long.
I'm gonna tell you a story. I'm gonna tell you a story. My dad had a fig tree. You know what figs?
Oh yeah.
And being Lebanese, he planted the fig tree behind our house. Mm-hmm. And those figs, he got them up and he said, "Hey boy, here, come on and have a fig." I said, "What the hell is that?" "Yeah, you don't like it. Put it in your mouth and you'll like it. So come over here and have a fig bar." So I took the fig and all that, and it was crunchy, it was tasty. I said, "Oh, fig." He said, "That's part of the culture.
Yeah.
You ought to have that. Enjoy the figs."
Yeah.
And so I said, "Figs? Goddamn! A fig bar." And that's, I guess, and then your fig bars or whatever.
Well, I actually ate a fig for the first time like about 10 years ago, and it was very delicious, very good. And
Was it nutritious?
No, and
Was it nutritious?
No, what was really funny
Nutrition?
was that the guy who it was at like some sort of like buffet a guy
Right.
had, and with his friends, and he was telling me, I bet you didn't know these were figs. I said, "Oh, these are delicious." He goes, "Yeah, you only think of figs when you think of fig Newtons, and nobody really likes fig Newtons. Some people do, but figs in the Newton and the fresh figs are totally different, and they're very delicious." Yeah.
It's in the fig Newton.
You know the joke about eating a fig, don't you? Was that this guy goes?
You go tell us.
The guy goes to a doctor, and he says what's your problem? And he says, every time I eat a fig, I imagine that I'm eating a woman's vagina.
Yeah.
And he says, well, why don't you stop? He goes, that's why I started.
How many licks does it take to get in an insane clip? How many licks does it take to get in an insane clip? You know, and I like to slurp it out. You know, I like to take the straw and stick it in there and just slurp it out like it's like a Hoover vacuum. You know, oh, what are you doing? What are you doing, honey? I'm just slurping out the parts of your vagina. Ooh, yeah, ooh. Yeah. And that this is like the vacuum cleaner, you know. Yeah. It's called the vacuum cleaner. It's a jet spray.
I heard this cat meow, and I gotta go find it because like I think it might be under a fig tree, and there's an anthill under the fig tree, and it's a long story.
Okay,
well, tell us.
Okay.
We're looking for the beehive, man. The honey's in the beehive. So if we find the ants to their owners, you print the flyers. Fuck it, dude. We gotta go.
Oh, you gotta go?
Thank you.
Okay. Well, I guess. Okay, it was fast.
Namaste.
Okay. Como estas?
Come Julio.
Okay. Como estas.
If
All right. Well,
we
anyway.
knew you guys were gonna come, we would have brought a keg.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Well,
next time.
Yep.
Okay.
We'll be
Well,
the king
anyway,
of the
como
fig
estas?
tree.
Yeah, como estas? Como sis? Yes. Yes. So anyway, so we planted your thing. Anything else you want to say before you depart, Mr. Watt?
Are you guys like still watching? Cause
We're still on camera.
Well, this is.
oh, they're on.
It's a
We're
live show,
live.
but most people
No,
are
we
not
gotta go.
watching it live. Most people are going to watch this on tape, maybe tomorrow when they're eating their
Oh,
Rice
yeah.
Krispies or something.
Yeah.
Look for George in Star Trek because he's going to be the next Captain Kirk.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll talk about that.
Has anyone told William Shatner that?
I don't know. Okay. Otherwise-
Is he going to get a
Okay.
pink slip?
Get a pink slip. Okay. All right. Well, look, I know you need to go to the bathroom, so we have one in here if you have to go, but there's one outside too, so that's cool.
Yeah. There's also one at the gas station down the street.
There's a gas station one down there too.
Be sure to return back. Be sure to return the key when you're finished.
I saved him, man. I'm going to copy at Home Depot.
All right. So anyway,
Wait,
so a short
wait,
interlude there.
Let me lock the door now. Let me padlock it.
You go padlock it. It's a short interlude there. But anyway, so
What was
Tim,
that all
what
about?
it is, I don't know. They came in here. They want to promote something or whatever this is.
What were they? Bob Hope. They came in for 10 minutes and then just and then they take off. Well, actually, I'm glad they took off.
Okay, well that works out.
Yes.
So we have that, and of course we want to promote the
Now we
website
can get
too.
comfortable. I was not comfortable when those guys were here.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
you know, we're trying to be hospitality or hospital.
Yeah, I'm always hostile to those guys.
Hostile. But anyway, so what was I saying? So yeah, so we have the website coming up here that's going to hold. It's going to stick, and a lot of things going on, a lot of things to do, a lot of things to say. So just one of those things. Let me.
One of those crazy things.
Right. I need to, Kevin. Can you talk to the populace for 2 minutes? I need to check on something out of the car. Are you able?
Sure, I can do that.
2 minutes for the people out there.
2 minutes.
And we're gonna be right back. I'm gonna be right back. So just
What George doesn't know
I'll be right back.
is that we're going to surprise him. His grandmother, all the way from Greece, is coming to visit, and he doesn't know she's coming. All right. First off, I want to turn. Gosh, what's this is really a makeshift show. I'm trying to turn this off. Oh, here we go. Is that better? I bet you George doesn't even realize that it was taken off. Well, let me tell you what's been going on. A lot of good things have been going on with me. I've been, I check out all the shows I do on the internet. This show is a little different than I usually do. The shows I do with Mary Elizabeth and with Vince are, rather nice shows. We talk about show business with Mary Elizabeth and about ideas. And we talk ideas with Vince as well. Vince, we also talk a lot about sports. And we talk about my favorite subjects, which is pretty much everything. You know, I never stop learning, and so we just keep going on. Oh, I didn't lock the door. Okay, now I lock it.
It's all good. It's all good. I had to check on some stragglers. But anyway.
you want to make sure they really were gone.
Well, yeah, I had to check on the stragglers.
The stragglers.
Anyway, what we're talking. So we're talking about constipation. So what do you do when you have constipation? Well, if you're constipated, you know what to do. You take some Doxadan, when nature needs a little helping hand.
Actually, constipation is
Leads to-
perhaps put more fruits and vegetables in your diet.
Okay.
What else? I mean,
But
if you
Doxadan
have to, if you have to
makes cowboys jump for
resort,
joy.
if you have to resort to what do you call it, laxatives.
Yeah.
I mean, sadly, a lot of girls do this because they think they're going to lose weight, but you don't really lose weight that way. You have to exercise and eat right and stuff. So,
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the
have
password is laxative. Password is laxative.
You-
Prune.
Prunes, there.
Go. Liquid. The password.
I gotta tell you a funny story about the first time I ever heard laxative. When you're a little kid and you hear that word, you don't associate it with what it's used for. I heard the word laxative and I thought it had to do with relaxing. You know, like maybe it does, but I mean going to sleep or something. So I'm watching. My dad and my mom were always watching the Lawrence Welk show when I was a kid, which is a show for old people. When I was like 5 years old, they were like, I don't know, 30 years old, and they were already old people. So what happened was they showed a lot of old people's commercials on there. It's sort of like what you see on Fox News and what you see on all the nostalgia channels and everything for catheters and for adult diapers and all this stuff.
Yeah.
So anyway, they had a laxative commercial, and this woman had an older woman had a very pained look, and her daughter says, well, here's a laxative. I think it was like milk of magnesia or something.
Right.
And I didn't understand. And then she was smiling at the end of the commercial. I said, "What's this stuff? It makes you happy. You should buy." I said, "Why is she so upset? What is that some sort of medicine?" And my dad said, "Oh, it's when people can't poo poo right."
Yes. Lose.
And yeah.
It makes you want to lose bowels. I want to buy a vowel there, Vanna. Or can you spin it on I want to buy a bowel. Gives me loose bowels there, Mr. St. Jack. Bowels, bowel movement. And this show is all about the bowel movement. You know what I'm saying? It should be about the bowel movement 24/7.
Well, I think the joke we used to say was there's shows about the women's movement, the gay movement, the war movement. Because the only movement we care about is the bowel movement.
That's right.
So anyway,
right.
My dad said that woman can't poo poo, so she has to take.
Shit.
Well, no,
And
he did.
shit.
I was just a little boy at the time.
Yeah, well, I guess you're right.
So I said, "You mean there's a medicine that makes you do that?" And you see, when you're a little kid, you don't really have that problem. So you said, I want medicine to make you stop, medicine to make you go. You know. In fact, you're when you're a little kid, you're always going.
Yeah.
You don't have that problem.
So you don't need prunes.
Yeah.
You don't need prunes
Just being a
to keep it
kid.
going like that.
Yeah,
So-
I think it has to do with your intestines being unblocked. There's, as you get older, they said it just builds up. That's why you need colonoscopies.
Yeah.
As you get older, and then sometimes that's the only time if you have a relatively healthy diet,
Well,
and you
they take a
actually
big
take a laxative for the
A
first.
big rubber hose and sticking it and blowing it, make sure there's a sacred pathway. Just blowing it all the way through. And then all the way the air comes through for the sacred pathway and the asshole, right through the asshole, through the Hershey highway. And making sure the Hershey highway is smooth.
Well, what happens is when you get a colonoscopy, they actually, once it takes about a half a day to clear your whole system. You can't eat during this. You're only pooping really all the time. And then what happens is you get not an operation, but a procedure where the doctor and the nurses and everything, when you're under anesthesia, stick a camera up your butt,
So
and it
they
goes
get to see
all through
close
your
up.
intestines, almost up to your
You
stomach.
get to see close
I don't really
up
know how it's
the
done.
movement and
Well, it's a video,
and the sacred
Yeah.
hallowed ground of your asshole.
and if you live long enough, you'll probably have to get one.
And if the traffic is moving steady, as movement traffic, they want to take a closer view of the Highway 66, better known as the Hershey Highway.
The Hershey, that's in Pennsylvania.
Yes. Well, Hershey's is where's Hershey's at?
In Pennsylvania.
There you go.
It's named after the town.
Yes, Hershey's is in Pennsylvania. It's got a Hershey Kiss and a Hershey shit, Hershey Kid Splash, and a Hershey Shit Splash, just like
Yeah.
that, just like that.
Yeah.
All right.
Have you ever been to Hershey, Pennsylvania?
I've been through Pennsylvania. I've been through the Amish parts of
Well,
Pennsylvania.
that's near where it is, near
the Amish
Harrisburg.
parts of Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's right. I've never been there, but a lot of my friends have gone. What happens is they usually visit the Amish country, and then they say, "I've had enough of no electricity. Let's go to Hershey and go to the amusement park there, Hershey
All
Park."
right. So where
See
we
the
at?
chocolate.
So this is what it is. So we have different stories to be told with different movies. We already have the book. We have the website coming out.
All these shows on YouTube.
The website will be promoting the hell out of that book with a Patreon account. It is pretty much, I'm telling the people out there, I'm telling the lurkers, I'm telling people that support Gorgeous George and what he stands for, get on there and donate. I'll match every dollar. If you donate to this cause of me and what I do and of the show, I will donate every dollar that you send. So donate through Patreon or PayPal. We're going to set it up here. E-commerce fund. And of course, we're promoting the hell out of that book.
That's mighty white of you.
That's right. We're promoting the hell out of that book, so you need to purchase it.
Yeah.
It's a good Christmas stuffer. It's a good stuffer. It's a good filler. It can be used also, ladies, as a vibrator. My picture will make you want to tingle. And not tingle urine, but tingle fluid that we can't talk about.
Now,
It makes you excited. That picture will make you want to just come to rise and have orgasmic feelings about the Mac Day. Get that book. I highly suggest to make a purchase of that book.
how many? Are there any pictures in the book? Like you?
Well, we were going to do a scratch and sniff, but I figured, well, we had to take it out because minors might get a hold of the book. You know, we don't want that. So we were going to do a scratch and sniff, and we were going to find out whose pube is whose pube is pube.
Oh gosh.
whose pube. So we had, we took Bin Laden's actual beard.
Oh wow, he's in the news again.
And we stuck it in there. And we actually thought they make him think that's a pube. When in all actuality, when they killed Bin Laden, they put his beard. They gave us his beard, and we could consider that to be a pussy.
Did you know that
Yes.
they killed the second in command of
That's
Al
right.
Qaeda?
President Biden. Thank you we were talking about that.
Yeah.
President Biden ousted the second in command today, eliminated the garbage. Ali Zawahiri.
Al Zawahiri.
He was under Bin Laden.
I don't know how to pronounce his name. I mean, I only read it.
He was under Bin Laden, and President Biden, 86th President Biden executed him and killed him. Al Zawahiri. So that was a great thing, and we ought to congratulate President Biden for doing that. That was under another Democrat's watch.
Obama and Osama bin Laden, Biden, and this guy.
So President Biden took care of the garbage and took care of the trash and did the world a favor by eliminating the second man in charge out there.
None of this chumminess like the Bushes had with terrorists, or the Saudis. None of this chumminess that certainly Trump has with Putin and other despots. But this should help the Democrats in the midterm. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you how it was done.
Tell me.
They actually fired 2 missiles to his house. I don't know where they were sent from because we do not have an American presence in Afghanistan. They must have been in a neighboring country, and it was one of those. He was on his terrace, and they just blasted him off the terrace. The terrorist off the terrace, and this guy what happened was, now this is not a nice story. When we pulled out of Afghanistan last year,
Woo!
what happened, and sadly the Taliban took it back over.
Right.
Our presence was keeping them out, but once we left, they came roaring back and imprisoning people and everything. Well, we got the intel that this guy, the second in command of Al Qaeda from 20 some years ago, was being harbored in Afghanistan, and America had to do something to tell Afghanistan, you are not going to be a homeland for terrorists, against America. So they shot him down and said, we'll do that with every terrorist that you harbor in Afghanistan.
And the problem is, too, we have terrorists here and domestic terrorists, pretty much, and it's crazy how many terrorists there are out there. We had imported terrorists and domestic terrorists. I mean, listen, kumbaya, my lord. Kumbaya, my lord. Kumbaya.
We could do something about the ones in America. It's a little harder to go to Afghanistan and kill them.
And some of these, I don't know. I don't. Listen, we have to get it together. We have to support President Biden for starters, and we have to be on top of things. Gas is coming down.
It's almost $4 a gallon.
$3.79, my friend, is coming down. So whatever is going on, President Biden, you see these little stickers that said, I did that. Well, Biden did that, bringing gas down. Biden did that by bringing gas down to $3.79. So let's be on top of that. And it's going to come back down. Things going to come back down. What concerns me is, and what concerns him, and what concerns them, and what concerns most of these people is that if the House and the Senate turn red, then Biden will be a lame duck president. We don't want that. I understand about balances.
They'll probably will turn red because they almost always.
I understand about balances and checks, but what the president right now is trying to do, and the good things that the president is trying to do right now, get circumvented by having, when you just voted a blue Senate and a blue House, and then just to go ahead a few years later and then watch it turn red again for the House and Senate. Counterproductive, and then Biden becomes a lame duck president. I think that people sent a message in 2020, and that message was pure, plain and simple, that they wanted to change. So you keep it on center course. You have your change. I understand, again, the argument about balances and checks, but you want to make sure that you have the people that are doing what you want and what you voted for 2 years ago. What you voted for 2 years ago, and then good things can come about with keeping the House and Senate blue. Keeping the House and Senate blue with the majority, things can still stay the same, or still get better from what the original vote was 2 years ago. So 2 years ago, you realize you voted that way. Let's keep it the same path and the same direction right now, 2 years later.
Well, I'll tell you how the checks and balances work. There are three branches of the federal government, and but let me tell you how it really works. You have about 500 congressmen and about 100 senators. Okay, so 600, and they're all have a varying success. Then you have 9 Supreme Court justices. Okay, and then you have 1 president. And so you have 600, 9, 1. That one guy has more power, but those 9 also have power as equal to the 1, and then those 600 has equal to the others. So and each watches out for each other. Now, obviously, when you have 3, there's going to be is either going to be 2 to 1 or all 3. The one right now we have pretty much the most conservative Supreme Court we've had in a long time. And then we have at the moment, it's always fluid, a blue legislation, or Congress, and then you have a president, at least for the next 2 years, that's blue. But all of that can change, except for the Supreme Court. It takes a little slower. That's why it took so long to change Roe versus Wade. I mean, this was a real waiting game of 55 years.
And of course, you still have rumblings about that, but again, we talked about that on our last show. We see the differences. We see certain things pertaining to that. But when you look at it from the standpoint, I can't speak for him, but I see both sides. I understand that might be a cop out. You say, well, no, I see the tea leaves on both sides, and the argument for both. But things like that happen. Things like that happen. So hopefully we can get that taken care of and get that straight. I mean, I understand about saving lives and human lives and all that, but then again, a woman should have power to choose. So it's the wanting to save human lives versus the woman's choice to choose what she wants to do with her body. So we get it. We understand both sides of the tea leaf. We understand both sides of the brand. Of both sides, pretty much, we understand. And you shake the 8-ball, and the 8-ball says the answer might look pretty hazy, but you see through it, and you go rise above it. Now,
I think though, if a life begins at conception, rather than when the baby is actually birthed 9 months later, then everyone should be able to take a deduction off their taxes 9 months ahead of time. I mean, really, why do we count it as a human being when they're born, when they can't? I mean, evidently we don't do that.
Maybe we're on
also,
do that.
A lot of pregnant women think they should drive in the carpool lane. But they don't. They're just one person.
Right.
So, I mean, they're counted as one person as far as that goes. Let me tell you, I think that for some reason and I say this all the time. If you're against abortion, don't get one. Please don't get one. Have all the kids you want, but not everybody is as.
And if you're against a vasectomy, if you're against a vasectomy, then please don't have that neither. And I'll be damned if I ever get a vasectomy, because I am the baby maker and I plan to make more babies. Now, I might not have any babies here with me right now, but I have been the baby maker and I'm still looking for my babies. If you know where my babies are, please tell me where my babies are.
You're like Nick Cannon, all the babies. Yes.
And her legs were wide open like this. Her legs were wide
women.
open like this, just like the Golden Arches. Over a billion served. Or a billion served.
Yeah. So, and
I was served also too with a silver spoon.
Yes. I got to tell you though, things are starting to look up for the Democrats. You mentioned the lower taxes, lower gas prices, which I keep mentioning that the president, whoever the president is, has very little say in the lowering of gas prices. But when they go up or down, the voters don't really care whether he has any responsibility in it. They say, oh, it's going down, then maybe we'll vote for this guy. Now, the other thing is, and I just mentioned killing this terrorist is a wonderful thing. But also the Build Back Better bill, which has been renamed something else, but Joe Manchin, he was like the Dutch kid with his finger in the dike, keeping this from being passed. It has been revamped, but now it's being passed, and this will help so many people. It'll like expand healthcare. Right. It'll expand a lot of
the anal passages being passed. Yes.
So, and once people see how wonderful. Fixing a lot of infrastructure, and it was like almost $1.5 trillion, and now it's about like what is it, 600 billion, which is a come down, but it's something. Something is getting done. If it was up to the Republicans, they say, oh no, just as long as the billionaires get their tax breaks, everything will fall into place.
Well,
And that's not the way it goes. Ask Elon Musk. Elon and Jeff Bezos, the two richest men in America, would rather build their own rocket ships to go to assuage their egos rather than actually pay taxes.
Don't we all have rocket ships that go to the corners of the world? I mean, we all have rocket ships in our britches. I have a rocket ship in my britches, and ladies, I will go to all corners of your vavai. So if you want me to, and you gotta really reach for it now. Yeah, put your hand out there and reach for it. You see what I'm saying? And if you reach for it, well, by gosh darn garly, if you reach for it and you grab onto it and squeeze as tight as you can squeeze it. Ooh, ooh. Too bad, Brady, have a damn bowel movement.
You lucky women, he's still single.
You squeeze it, and you squeeze it really tight.
Hooray, gals!
You squeeze it really tight. That rocket ship will go through there. It will be like almost as good as Space Mountain, but it will cover all four corners of your vavai.
Space Mountain.
Space Mountain, baby.
Did you hear about Ric Flair?
Yes, we did have a Ric Flair.
Tell us about that.
Well, Ric Flair had his last match, because he has it still in his system, still in his blood. Thank you for whatever.
I think he needs a transfusion.
Yeah, well, yes, but he still has it in his blood. Ric Flair had his last match. He went against Jeff Jarrett, and we did it in Tennessee. And his son-in-law was going against Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal. Jay Lethal, who idolizes Flair. Jay Lethal, who idolizes Flair, and did the match, and it was an interesting match. I was a little concerned, but Flair won.
Yeah. Oh, great.
Yeah, I mean, I was concerned about the match and what was going on because, like I said, he was bleeding. He was bleeding a little bit, but Flair won the match anyway.
Yeah. I didn't go to that match, but I went to the rehearsal.
Did you?
And Flair won that too.
Did he? Well, that's right. Well, the H, Scott, was causing all this. Of course, the book's what's causing all this. The H promotes my book by saying what's causing all this, and I say thank you, and I promote my book by saying what is causing all this.
Yes.
All right, so
I can't believe that guy came and with a GoFundMe. GoFundMe.
Yes, what he
Did
wanted.
if I remember right, you once tried a GoFundMe, and most people do
Yeah,
GoFundMes.
well-
I mean, you'd think there's just people are just going to shower money on
Well,
it.
it's
but they
there. It's been used to help people out in certain. So no, you can't really poo-poo it. You can't really shoot it down or poo-poo it, or you can't really say it doesn't work. GoFundMe does work to certain things, like if someone who has cancer or a human being's lost a limb and they need help, can't work or have cancer or lost a loved one. It's there. GoFundMe is there, and it has helped people, for transition or trying periods.
Well, let me tell you. Let me tell you something.
Sometimes it doesn't.
We wouldn't need a damn GoFundMe if we had single payer option. If we had socialized medicine in America. America's the only country that doesn't have it. And people always say, I'm not really on a soapbox ever since the pandemic started, that they say, well, America, we can't, all the red states say we can't do socialized medicine. And I always say, Americans can do anything. And if all the other countries have it and we don't, then we can do it better than anybody. So,
I think the only, and I'm not 100% sure, but I think the only negator toward that is the fact there's a waiting period. I mean, it's beneficial to have socialized medicine. It helps, but there's a waiting period over a certain time. That's what I'm thinking the downtrodden is to that. Yeah. But other than that, yes, if you have if you're a legal citizen and a right to vote, and you're an American, just like in other countries and municipalities or whatever you call it. I mean, basically, then yes, they are citizens. They're citizens. They are people, of the world, and they have health care. You have a right to vote. You have a right to health care.
Well, I mean, it's your taxes go up.
Whatever, yeah.
Your taxes go up, but so what? There's a lot of businesses out there and a lot of billionaires out there that never pay taxes, and thus, if we started taxing them, we would have health care for all, and then that GoFundMe we were talking about earlier, we wouldn't need GoFundMe because we'd have it all paid anyway. Also, let me tell you something. I know a lot about insurance and everything, and when you have a good record when you're driving a car, you get a break on your car insurance, or it might be lowered and everything. Well, I think that if you stay healthy and jog and eat right and everything, and
Beat your meats.
do whatever it takes to stay
Beat your
healthy.
meats. Beat your
If you
meats.
don't have an operation that year, or if you don't
I mean, if
go
you
to the
beat your
doctor
meat,
a lot,
is that something? Okay.
I think they should lower your hospitalization, or better yet, give you, if we had socialized medicine, write you a check for $500 or $100 or whatever the scale is.
So if I can shoot a load from over there, they should write me a check for $1,000.
If you stay healthy and never go to the
If
doctor,
I can sit here and shoot a load from that wall way back there, you think
I
they give me
don't know.
$1,000?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't. I'm not. I
Okay.
don't have the tables,
I don't know.
actuary tables
was
to
asking.
determine that. But that will be
I was
that
asking.
would be created.
I don't know.
If you're an underwriter or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, we look really high under the dress to make sure everything is right. Make sure it's a woman, not a man. Look high under the dress. If we see balls in a pointer, no. We say bye bye. We don't do that.
I heard a funny joke my dad told me. Yeah. You know why when women, when they wake up in the morning, always rub their eyes? You know why?
Because the eyes are red.
No, because they don't have balls to scratch.
Yeah. They don't have balls to scratch. Isn't that something? No balls to scratch. Let me tell you something. I've got to scratch my balls. Matter of fact, I will charge admission, ladies, and you can scratch my balls for me. Ladies, if my balls are inflamed, oh my God, as flame as a grapefruit, I want to take your hand down there and I'm going to grab it and I'm going to have you strum and scratch it and play with it like it's like an unborn infant, and just give it a kiss. And ladies, it's commanded. I command you to do so.
Yes.
Now,
Aren't you glad? Aren't you glad you don't work in an office? You'd have your own monogram chair in the HR department. I know what it's like.
well, there's a porn flick called. We're changing gears here.
Yeah.
But there's a porn. Like I said, it's a porn flick called Dr. Peckinwood.
Dr. Peckerwood.
Peckinwood. So anyway, so this porn. Porn does the body good. So I guess the lady comes in there, said, "Doctor, we have Maybelline is ready to come in. Send her this way, please. Hi, I'm Dr. Peckinwood. Pleased to meet you. Let's have a seat. You're on the intercom. Hold my calls for about the whole day, please." So now, what we're going to do, Maybelline, we're going to put you in a trance. Oh, doctor, how can you just stop smoking? Well, you will stop smoking, and you will be doing some other things that make you feel a whole lot better and gives you a lot of good senses. Okay, Dr. Peckinwood, you ready to be put under a trance? Yes, Dr. Peckinwood, I am. Okay. So he goes here back and forth, puts her in that trance, hypnotic state. Now you will say, "Yes, master. Yes, master." You will say, "Yes, master, Dr. Peckinwood. Yes, master, Dr. Peckinwood." Now, you have a tendency to smoke, don't you? Well, we're going to eliminate that smoke, and you're going to be smoking my penis.
Oh God. I once saw a porn movie. It was made in England, and it had a royal sort of thing. And there was a guy in it. I remember his name was Lord Hardwick.
Yeah.
And then there was a guy that had a scene with two women, and they called him the Earl of Sandwich.
Yeah. So check this out. So as she's smoking my penis, she'll think she'd be just smoking some salmon, but she'll be smoking. And she said, "Dr. Peckinwood, how am I doing?" "You're doing great. Keep smoking that penis, really good." And she says, "I hope so, yes." And at any time, so then I said, "Now you may stop. Anytime that you have a feeling to put a cigarette in your mouth, you call me and say, 'I want Peckinwood in my mouth.'" Peckinwood in my mouth instead of that cigarette. And I will be at your beck and call with my Peckinwood in your mouth.
Oh man.
Okay.
Gosh.
So, we make house calls too. We make house calls. We do. All right.
I heard you took up a new hobby. You're an amateur gynecologist.
Yes. And I have my tools. I have my scalpel, my tools. I have all of that.
Scalpel? What do you need a scalpel?
I need a scalpel, tools, and power drill.
Like Stanley?
Yeah, Stanley Manley. Stanley Manley, like power drill, just in case, it gets soft. I gotta do something. It gets soft. You gotta think of something down there.
Yeah.
Make sure it's drilled. Make sure she's drilled, and make sure she's drilled really good.
Yeah.
Okay,
I haven't had a drink in like 12 years. And really, and what's kind of weird is, I'm always thinking of drinks that I can't have. And one was, did you ever hear of what was it? It's a drink. It's really good. It has, I think it's vodka, 1 part vodka, 1 part orange juice, and 1 part milk of magnesia. You know what it's called? A Phillips screwdriver.
Okay.
And if you put prune juice in it,
Oh
then
my
it becomes a pile driver.
Splatter would be the matter. Hey, I just got some stuff in my britches here. It's a splatter. Would be the matter. Splatter would be the matter in my britches. Yeah. All right. So, what am I saying? So anyway, yes, we got all this coming up here. 3 movies and a website, and promote the book. So we'll be promoting the 3 movies. We'll be promoting the book. And we'll be promoting everything else with the website, Gorgeous George website. So it's coming up here, and we'll have fairy tales for all. We'll even tell you fairy tale, children, about Hansel and Gretel.
There's going to be fairies on our show?
No, fairy tales.
Oh, okay.
We'll be talking about Hansel and Gretel. We'll be talking about the three little bears. And
the 3 little bears?
Oh, 3 little bears and
3 little pigs.
Okay, well I thought it was the 3 little bears. Okay.
The 3 bears.
All right, well the 3 big pigs and the 3 little bears. How about that?
3 little. The bears had like ate a lot of porridge and had a lot of nice beds, and I think they ate Goldilocks at the end.
I thought that was the pigs.
No, the pigs had the big bad wolf.
Okay, I thought the pigs molested. I thought the pigs molested Goldilocks. Oh, okay, that's a different story. I forgot all that.
They're not a whole lot different, the stories, when you think about it. Someone's trying to get into a house, and you're trying to keep them out.
So the bad wolf didn't mess with the bears because the bears scared off the wolf. Okay.
Nah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I tell you something. The last thing I'd want to do is go into a bear's house and eat their food.
You remember Hansel and Gretel, right? You remember
Hansel and Gretel very well.
Remember Hansel and Gretel, the story about that, and
where they left food for their trail, and then they couldn't get the trail back, and then they went to a witch's house.
Yes.
They're trying to eat the candy house.
Yes.
I heard a comedian talk about this. He says if you had a house that you were quite proud of, like made out of candy or something, and a couple of brats would start picking at it and all, I would try to kill those kids too. This is my house.
Yeah. Eating the witch's house, huh?
Yeah.
Eating the witch's house there. I tell you what. Yeah, that was always a crazy story as a kid. Crazy story as a kid, to hear about. But so anyway. So yes, we have a lot to do and a lot to say. And so yes, ladies, it's always a good thing to see us on camera. It makes it more clear. There's leakage in your garments and whatnot, but we can't help it. I mean, if you're sitting here and watching me, and you have a leakage in your garments, don't report to the FCC. Don't report to the authorities. Just send me a nice letter saying thank you, Gigi. Thank you, Gigi, for making me wet. Thank you, Gigi, for making it wet down there and sometimes moist like Duncan Hines. Duncan Hines cake.
Are they like wearing Depends or something?
They're all excited.
They're
excited.
Never been with a girl.
Well, they feel.
And you seem to find them.
Yeah. Well, they feel really good. They have loquacious.
Let me tell you something
There's loquacious.
about the
They
pets.
feel really good down there. That's why you're loquacious. Is that a woman's name?
They're good
Loquacious,
speaker-
loquacious,
they're good-
loquacious,
they're good speak-
liquacious, whatever.
Lugubrious. Lugubrious.
Licorice. Okay, whatever. It's all gooey and it's all gooey down there. It's
I
really
tell you
good.
what I don't like. There are these commercials. They show them late at night, like during the talk shows, late night talk
Infomercials?
shows. No, these are actually just commercials, and they'll have these sexy women, probably in their 40s,
Right.
wearing sexy-looking Depends. Why? Am I supposed to get excited or something?
Because if she wets herself, at least she's got the protection.
Well,
She's in the bed. She's not gonna wet the bed.
I would keep that a secret.
She's in the bed with you, and she had a little accident, so she's in the bed. Oh my God, what's up there, Margaret? Oh, don't worry about me. Don't worry about. Oh, Margaret, but did you wet yourself?
Margaret.
That's okay. I wet myself, but I'm wearing Depends, so the bed's
me
not
again,
wet.
Margaret.
It's just me inside my girdle and panties. Okay, well, go to the bathroom and take care of that. Yes.
A friend of mine was driving this really fancy car, and I said, "Where'd you get the car?" He goes, "Well, this woman drove up to me, and she had this this Cadillac, and I think she was falling in love
Was it
with me. So she
Escalade?
took off all her clothes and left her panties on.
Was it an Escalade?
And she goes,
Oh.
"Do with me what you will. Take anything you want." And
Oh my God.
and so the guy
Taste your
said,
choice.
"So the guy said, well, those panties weren't going to fit me, so I took her car."
Taster. It reminds me of that coffee called Taster's Choice. We'll taste it here, taste it there.
That's right. That's right.
Not tasty. That's very tasty.
When's the show start?
In a couple of hours.
All right.
Anyway, in a couple of hours, perhaps. But we. Is that right? Okay. Is that what it is? Okay. So that's what you.
That's
your,
Taster's Choice.
Oh, that's your team. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
V for victory.
Okay. I thought it was V for Valentine.
V for
Valentine.
virgin.
Oh, virgin. Oh, okay. That's good.
Yeah.
Virgin.
Virgin. Yeah.
Okay. So, we got a lot of good things happening, and we are continuing doing our service. 28 years coming up in November. 25 for him. Well, he's already got to 25, but 28 years come November for me. It has been a labor of love. You see me, you see him, you see the show. You know what the show is called? It's called the Gorgeous George Show with Kay Lazar. How bizarre.
Oh, really? I thought you were
Well,
George
it's
and I was
Gorgeous
gorgeous.
George Show with Kay Bizarre.
Kay
How Lazar.
Yeah, how-
Or Kay Lazar, how bizarre. But
my theme
the
song.
bottom line is Gorgeous George is the man that is causing everything. And Gorgeous George is the man, hence the book, causing this wonderment for all you ladies. So you ladies need look no further. If you're looking for a Mr. Goodbar, come on down. If you want a Mr. Goodbar, I'll give you a good bar. And it'll be the best good bar you had in a long time because it's tasty and it's like a vanilla wafer. Not chocolate, but it's a vanilla wafer that's really potent, and it will drive you crazy in your orifice. And your orifices. Yes. What you guys say?
I heard a joke where a guy what 6 inches long with 2 nuts.
That's right, my penis.
No, an almond joy.
Almond Joy's got nuts. Almond Joy's got nuts. Mounds don't. Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't.
I like mounds better.
Sometimes
We're talking about candy bars. I like almond joy.
Sometimes you bust a nut. Sometimes you don't.
Why would anyone eat a almond joy with? Why would anyone eat a mounds when they could have an almond joy? I'll never understand.
I don't know.
Anyway, thanks for having me here, Mr. George.
Well,
I shall be off.
You're off like that, yeah, because we're
I'm off like a-
we're kind of like
I'm off like a.
we're kind of just about
I'm
there.
off like a prom dress.
We're kind of just about there. I give the final out key and whatnot. So yes, so when you're looking at the camera, ladies, look very deep into my eyes, and you'll get a big surprise. Ladies, I know you're tossing and turning, and you're wondering, wow, man, you still looking as gorgeous as you did 20 years ago. You're still gorgeous. You're still the man that made yourself causing this
You're
wonderment
only 5 years old 20 years
and
ago.
amazement.
The girls I date.
Well, that's amazement. So look into my eyes, and you'll get a big surprise. You'll get a tingle, and you'll get a secretion all the way down from your underlining of your panties. All right. So are you? So is a cab? Are you waiting for your cab?
Yeah.
All right. One Mona Lisa, one Leaning Tower of Pisa, and only one Gorgeous George. Believe it or not, we are what is causing all of this. And I'm going to stand up here and give a salute. Oh, yes.